Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new BBC Micro Let's Play. Let's see if I can find the game that I want to play today. Where is it? There it is. Let's play The Ring of Time, an adventure game by Philip Gibbs. This was published by Kansas City Systems for the BBC Micro in 1983. And it looks like we have some very simple instructions. Use N, S, E, W, up, down for directions, and 2 words for operation. Quit to save the tape, and inven for inventory. Do you wish to continue a saved game? No, because we are starting a new one. Legend talks of a time ring belonging to Zor, an evil magician of the Middle Ages. Your task is to find it. Good luck. So at the top of the screen, you see where you are and where you can go. And at the bottom, below all the dash lines, you have your actions, what you've done. And you're going to have to use both halves of the screen. Kind of weird calling them halves when one part is much bigger than the other, to figure out what you're doing, get to where you need to go, figure out where you are and all that. So, we start off in an open plain. I am in the middle of a vast open plain. Obvious routes are north, south, and east. So, we need to go south. We're going to start by going south here. And you have to type in the letter for the directions you want to go. That even includes up and down. So if you want to type go up, when you can go up, you have to type in U and press return or enter. I should say return because that's what it says on the BBC Micro keyboard. And you have to use D for down. You can't spell the word out. You have to use the first letter. I am on an overgrown and rocky trail. It's very steep. No apostrophe in it. It's very weird. A cold wind chills my bones. Obvious routes are north, south. We are going to go to the south, and this leads to an intersection. I am at an intersection. Roads lead off in all directions. I can see a large building to the east. Obvious routes are north, south, west, east. We are going to go to the west because that takes us to the place where we want to go. I am on a path. Privet hedges line its winding route. Obvious routes are west, east. We are going to go west. I am outside a garden gate. It's open. A path leads away to the east. Obvious routes are north and east. Let us go to the north. I am in a cottage garden. The door to the cottage is open. Obvious routes are south, west. Well, believe it or not, you can enter the cottage. Just type in enter cottage. I am in a small cottage. A staircase leads upwards and an open door leads into the garden. Obvious routes are south and up. Now, even though the game's instructions on the title screen tell you to type in the word up to go up, you have to type U and then press return, and then you can go up. I am in the cottage bedroom. Obvious routes are down. Things I can see are a penknife. So if there's an item in the room or screen that you're on, then the game will tell you on the top part of the screen. Also, you have to grab items a certain way. If you type get penknife, I don't know how to get. Take penknife. The game recognizes take, but it doesn't recognize get. Which is annoying because just about every text adventure recognizes get. I don't know why this game has to be so particular, but it is. Anyway, we need to go back to the start. So, down and then south. If you're inside a building of some sort, you have to go south to leave. And if you go to the west, I am at the bottom of a large oak tree. Obvious roots are east. If you search the tree, you'll find nothing. And if you try to climb the tree, I'll need a rope for that. Something tells me we may need to keep that in mind for later. For now, we need to go east, and we need to keep going east in any direction that will help us go east before we make it back to the intersection. Now, we need to head north until we are back on the open plain. We need to go to the east. I am standing outside a wooden supply shed. The door is open. Obvious routes are west, but you can enter the shed. I am in the supply shed. Obvious routes are south. What, that's it? Nothing about the inside of the shed? Come on, game. What are you doing to me? With your cyan, yellow, and purple text. And your white text. And your black background. You look like a newspaper, game. You look like a newspaper. Anyway, and I actually say that like it's an insult. No, seriously. The four colors on a newspaper, especially if you read the Sunday comics, for those of you in the States, it's cyan, magenta, which is the purple color, yellow, and black. And then you have white, which is an absence of ink. So cyan, yellow, magenta, and black, those are the four ink colors on a newspaper. You combine those to make other colors. You probably didn't know that, now you do. Anyway, I need to stop talking about newspapers and start talking about the shed again. Because the game's not telling us about the shed. Well, I searched a tree and I found nothing. What if we searched the shed? Search shed. Ha! I found something. And if you look at the top part of the area, the game will now tell you that you can see a box of matches. Take matches. We have them now. Now to go south, and then to go west. Now we're going to go north from the plain. I am on a flimsy wooden bridge that leads over a huge canyon. It creaks dangerously beneath my weight. Obvious routes are north and south. We go north. I am on a small bridle path leading up to some stables. Obvious routes are south and east. Well, south takes us back, so we have to go east. I am outside the stables. Obvious routes are west. We can enter the stables just like the cottage and the shed. So, enter stables. I am inside the stables. Hay is scattered around the ground, and a large door opens to the south. Obvious routes are south. Things I can see are a candle and a small dog. Now, one of the things you can do here is obvious, and that's taking the candle. We can take the candle. And I don't really know why you would take the dog. I'm afraid that I can't manage that. Interesting. Well, we're going to have to do some weird text adventure logic right here. And forgive me for what I'm about to do. We have a penknife. Guess what we're going to do with the penknife? Kill dog. And the game lets you do it. And the game tells you that you see a dead dog. That must have been a really small dog if we could kill it with a penknife. Why am I talking about this? Now we have to cut dog. And now the game tells us we see fresh meat. Take meat. I told you in advance to forgive me, but I don't know if you can forgive me for anything that I've just done. 80s text adventures. Seriously, you have to do this. And that's not all. Because you have to search the stables to find a jug. Take the jug. Okay, I've got it. Well, I feel less guilty about taking the jug than taking dog meat. Anyway, let's go south, west, south, south. Thankfully, we don't have to take that weird rickety bridge ever again. I don't think. Alright. We need to go south to the intersection again. And there's only one place where we've gone. Well, actually, one place where we haven't gone. And that is to the east. I am on a long and winding gravel drive. Obvious routes are west and east. I am in the courtyard of a large monastery. The windows are dark. There is no sign of life. Enter the monastery. You can also type in "Go Monastery," and that will also work. I am in the entry hall of the monastery. The floor is tiled and crucifixes hang from the walls. Obvious routes are north, south, and east. We're going to go north. I'm in a small chapel of prayer. The altar is to the north. Obvious routes are north and south. Let us go towards the altar. I am by the altar. A small door leads off to the east. Obvious routes are south and east. We will be going through the small door. I am in the chamber where the abbot prepares for mass. Obvious routes are west. Things I can see are an old piece of parchment. Take parchment. Now, this next move is optional. But you can do it if you want. Read parchment. It says, "Have you played Dracula Island yet? Only available from Kansas City Systems." Thanks, game. Now, the blatant advertisement will probably make you think that this parchment is useless, but we need it. As you will find out, we are going to go west, south, and south. And we are going to drop knife. We're going to need it later, though. Now we need to go south, I think. Okay, we need to go west and west. And actually, there were two directions that I didn't go yet. I forgot about south from here. We went north. That took us back. West took us to the cottage. East took us to the monastery. South takes us someplace completely different. So we're going to go south. I am on a well-trodden dirt track. Obvious routes are north and south. Let's go south. I am in a lush green rolling field. Obvious routes are north and east. Go east. I am by a large opening in the ground. It looks terribly dark down there. Obvious routes are west and down. Down. I am in a damp and smelly grotto. A shaft of light falls from the hole above my head. Obvious routes are south and up. Now, it's going to be dark, judging by the description of the shaft of light falling from above. So what we need to do is light candle. Now, the candle has a finite burn time. You don't want to mess around too much in dark rooms. And when you're about to run out of candle, you will be notified at the game, hey, my candle burns out in X amount of moves. And it's usually when you have less than 10 moves with a burnt candle left. So, in case you need to unlight the candle, you can either blow candle or drop candle. Either action, either command, will put the light out. Now, by lighting the candle, we can go south, and we can do stuff here. Otherwise, the game will tell you, hey, I'm in the dark. And if you run around in the dark, you will kill yourself. You will die. You can die in this game. So, watch what you're doing. I'm in a dark tunnel. The candle throws airy shadows on the rocky walls. I just now noticed that eerie is misspelled here. Weird. I can hear the sound of water in the distance. Now, if you go south from here, I am on the shores of a vast subterranean lake. Its waters lap lazily against my feet. The walls of the chamber glow slightly. Obvious routes are north. And I am going to go ahead and make a death state here. And let's see what happens if we swim in the lake. Ah! That lake was infested with crocodiles. I've been eaten alive. Do you want to play again? And if you select yes, well, no will obviously kick you back to the BBC Micro prompt. But why? Well, I hope you saved your game. Thankfully, I made a death state. Thank you, BBM. Now, remember when I had to kill the dog to get the meat? This is the only way you're going to be able to throw meat into the lake that the crocodiles can get and eat and get them out of your way. Yeah, you have to kill a dog to do this. Throw meat. The crocodiles swim across for the meat. The lake is deserted. Now, if you try to fill the jug, there's a hole in the jug. The water runs away. However, we have wax from the candle that we can pour in the jug and repair the hole. Pour wax. The hot candle wax plugs the hole. Swim lake. The candle has gone wet. It's gone out. Light candle. I am on a damp embankment. A rocky passageway cut into the rock leads away to the east. Obvious routes are east. Let's go east. I am in a dark rocky passageway. Obvious routes are north and west. Let us go north. I am in a small underground chamber. I can hear water lapping in the distance. Obvious routes are south. Things I can see are locked door. You're going to have to do some weird loggage in this area. Drop parchment. Then push the parchment under the door. The parchment slides under the door. Push key out of the lock and from the other side. I hear a clink from the other side of the door. Pull parchment. And now we can see the key. Take the key. Now we're going to take the parchment and we're going to do something weird. Kind of. I mean, it makes sense that you can do this, but you probably wouldn't think about doing this unless you fooled around with stuff. Burn parchment. As the parchment flares up, secret writing appears. It says 50, 27, 35. You want to write this down. This is a random combination that the game creates upon the start of a new game. And it's different every time you play. When you get this combination, write it down, save it for later. You're going to need it. From here, we can unlock the door and go east. I'm in a small, dirty cave. You will actually want to search the cave because you'll find something. You'll find a sword. Take sword. Now, we don't need to explore the rest of this area just yet. So we're going to go west, south, west, and we're going to swim lake. I'm in the dark. Light the candle again. We're going to go north and then north. We're going to drop the candle. It goes out as it hits the floor. And we're going to drop the matches. And from here, we will have to climb up and continue our adventure. But that will have to wait until the next video. I'm going to try to keep these videos at least 20 minutes, like I usually do, and see how far we can get in this adventure, at least 20 minutes at a time. So, join me next time where we go back up to above ground and take care of more things. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!